And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the UFC Fight Cards podcast. I am your host, Russ Renault, but I am definitely not the star of this show. I'm sure many of you have tuned in tonight as we are going to break into this box of 2022 Panini Prizm UFC cards. I want to welcome everyone in who's joining us for the first time. We've been doing this show for a little over a month now and really enjoyed the response. And everyone who's joining us for the first time, we break through a box every week. We talk about the recent UFC cards. We talk about really whatever you want to talk about. This is a place where you can come and talk about the UFC. You can talk about card collecting, either one, because I'm a longtime UFC fan and even longer time card collector, and just want to share whatever knowledge I have with you and really have a family-friendly community for people who love the UFC and love collecting UFC trading cards. I know a lot of kids are getting started in the hobby, and they can watch and not have to hear all the language usually associated with other MMA shows, which they're all great in their own right. But, it can be a little rough around the edges sometimes. And since we're involved in a hobby that a lot of us did as kids, a lot of us still doing now, but just bringing along kids and letting them know that they can come here and just learn more about collecting cards and about the UFC. So obviously this is a big night for us. Been looking forward to this for a long time with this box of Panini Prizm, and I know that you're all waiting for that, and I don't blame you because I am too. But we do have a formula on this show where we talk about the cards that happened recently, the upcoming events. So we'll get through those really quick because it might take me a little bit to get through this box of Prizm tonight. So we'll devote a little bit more time to that, and then we'll get in and talk about what we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks. So first off, let's just start off the show and talk about UFC 286 last night from the O2 Arena in London. So a really great card, up and down. That had its interesting moments for sure. Starting with the main event, we'll talk about the welterweight championship. The champion Leon Edwards taking on the former champion Kamaru Usman, and Leon Edwards eking out the majority decision. And a lot of people call it controversial, but I think in those championship fights, the champion is going to get the benefit of the doubt. And I believe Leon got the benefit of the doubt last night with some of those close rounds going his way. Did have the fence grab that played a part into the decision, making a majority decision instead of the unanimous decision. But, usually the trilogy's end, but we've seen that precedent be broken recently with Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. They faced each other for a fourth time. I know Kamaru Usman wants another shot at Leon down the road, but we'll have to see how that plays out. You saw Dana White come out and say that, Colby Covington, if he gets past Gilbert Burns, that he's going to be next in line. So Leon had something to say about that as well. I don't think that's who he wants to face next, just judging by his comments, but, a lot of time between now and then. So Leon getting the best of Usman. And the other thing that we do on the show is we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about each individual fight because other podcasts do a much better job than I do of breaking down each fight individually, what each fighter did right, what each fighter did wrong. And, the fighters, former fighters, way better at that than I am. I'm here to talk about it, what it means for the hobby, and what it means going forward. So we'll get to our hobby top 5 later. That is the top 5 fighters in the hobby right now, not the top 5 pound for pound, but just the people that the fighters that people are collecting right now instead of just going through fight cards. So we'll hit on the top ones and the top ones coming up as those can mean a lot going into the hobby. And the co-main event was one of those with Justin Gaethje facing Rafael Fiziev in a lightweight matchup, and Gaethje getting also a majority decision, which could have gone either way. Really, it was the fight of the night. Gaethje, his 11th fight bonus. That's a record. It's insane that somebody can, just be that consistent, just putting on a fireworks show night after night. But Gaethje proving why he's one of the best in that division and making that one last title run, as he said in the octagon last night. So coming out on top of Rafael Fiziev, who's been red hot in the hobby and has his rookie cards in the 2022 products. And people were really looking forward to Fiziev putting it on Gaethje last night just so their cards would increase in value. But I don't think they lost any value last night. A lot of people say, oh, somebody was undefeated, now they're not anymore. Cards are worthless. They're not. Fiziev's going to be around for a while. So we'll see what happens with him. I certainly don't think he took a step back last night because he hung in there with Gaethje and just kind of got caught there in the third round, and Gaethje really poured it on him. And probably not a 10-8 round, but that's for the judges to decide, not me. But the way I saw it, I don't think any of those were 10-8 rounds either way. So tough luck there for Fiziev. Also saw in the main card, Gunnar Nelson defeating Brian Barberena in the first round by a submission. Beautiful armbar there by Nelson to get the win. And a top 15 women's flyweight matchup with Jennifer Maia getting a unanimous decision over 11th ranked Casey O'Neill. Maia came in ranked 8th. And so she gets the win, stays on track. Casey O'Neill, a little setback for her, but she's young and we'll get right back to it. A lot of people collect Casey O'Neill. Her rookie cards in the 2022 product as well. And to finish off that main card, you have Marvin Vettori getting a unanimous decision over Roman Dolidze in the middleweight division. Vettori came in ranked 4th, Dolidze ranked 8th, and a lot of people had that going the other way. Definitely didn't see a Vettori 30-27 card like one of the judges scored it, but that was on the card, and that was probably the most controversial decision of the night. A lot of people thought that Dolidze did enough to get the win. Definitely had the more power in the punches. Vettori with a little more volume. So that's the kind of fights that go either way. A couple of other fights that we want to talk about just because they're top 15 matchups. Jack Shore defeating Makwan Amirkhani in the featherweight division, submission in the second round. And Amirkhani probably won the first round, but then Jack Shore came back, got the rear naked choke in the second, and picked up the win, in front of the UK faithful. They really love him, and he was able to pull out the victory. Another one of note, another top 15 contender, number 12, Muhammad Mokaev in the flyweight division, getting a submission over Rafael Filo in the third round, about 28 seconds left in the fight. And Filo had a knee bar on Mokaev, and how he didn't tap, nobody knows, because that was on there, and you could see that Mokaev was able to later flip it around, get the rear naked choke, and Mokaev getting the victory, but that did a lot of damage to his knee. He could barely walk after the fight when they raised his hand, and did some damage. So it might be a while before we see Mokaev again. He already came in with a shoulder injury. The UFC had offered to pay for that shoulder surgery, put it off, and now looking at a shoulder and a knee. So Mokaev probably going to need some time to recover from those. So again, coming up just here in a few minutes, we're going to be getting into this 2022 box of Panini Prizm. But first, let's get to some of the highlights of the upcoming schedule and some of the events that we'll be keeping our eye on because they have a lot of implications going forward. So we'll just hit on some of the top matchups, mostly ranked fighters, but let's just run through those real quick before we get to our hobby top 5 and this box of Panini Prizm. So coming up next weekend, March 25th in San Antonio for Fight Night, it's going to be number 4 Marlon Chito Vera against number 5 Corey Sandhagen in the bantamweight division. Great matchup there, and maybe the winner gets the winner between Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo later on, setting up that matchup. Still got Sean O'Malley out there, so a lot could happen between now and then. So the co-main event next weekend, and we're coming here from the Houston area, so this is an event that's in our backyard. Holly Holm, number 3 ranked women's bantamweight contender against number 6 Yana Santos, and that'll be a good women's matchup there. And just to point it out, just the one that I'm keeping my eye on, just personally, probably nobody else has their eye on this one as much as I do. Haley Cowan making her UFC debut, women's bantamweight division against Tamiris Vidal. And Haley Cowan's probably going to become one of my favorite fighters, and hopefully she's in products here in the near future, so I can start collecting her. Haley Cowan, a fellow Baylor Bear. I went to Baylor. Haley Cowan competed in the acrobatics and tumbling team at Baylor, so I wish her all the best, and I'm not going to, shy away from my fandom here. She's going to be somebody I'm going to keep my eye on as we go through products going forward, and, really going to start collecting her because that's the first female fighter from the Central Texas area, and probably safe to say she's the first Baylor Bear to make her way inside the UFC octagon. So also, just looking ahead to next month, big fights coming up. UFC 287 on April 8th in Miami. Alex Pereira, the middleweight champion, against the former champion, number one contender, Israel Adesanya. And in that match, a welterweight matchup between number 5, Gilbert Burns, and number 11, Jorge Masvidal. So from last night's result, Leon Edwards retaining that welterweight title. He'll have an eye on that fight, and I'm sure he'd like to see Jorge Masvidal come out with a victory and maybe set up a matchup between those two with some really, really bad blood, well known in the UFC that those two would really like to get after it. So also, we got a fight night coming up on April 15th from Kansas City, a big one. Max Holloway, the number 1 featherweight contender, against the number 4 contender, Arnold Allen. And probably if Arnold Allen can get a victory in that one, he will get the winner between Alexander Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez, and we'll get to that one down the road because that's a tentative matchup that we have coming up that just kind of leaking out this week. Also, fight night on April 22nd in Las Vegas. Heavyweight matchup, number 3 Sergey Pavlovich against number 4 Curtis Blades, and I think the winner of that matchup will get the winner between John Jones and Stipe Miocic. Also on April 29th, Seoul, South Korea. Number 9, Ilya Topuria, and number 6, Korean Zombie in the featherweight division. And as I said, UFC 288, May 6th in Newark, New Jersey, the bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling taking on Henry Cejudo for that bantamweight title. In a great lightweight matchup, also the co-main, the number 1 contender Charles Oliveira, the former champion, against number 4 Beneil Dariush. So really looking forward to Oliveira Dariush and what that means for the lightweight division going forward. Also, a couple of other ones that are not on the schedule yet, but have really been talked about. Fight night on May 13th. Location to be determined, Anthony Smith taking on Johnny Walker in the light heavyweight division. And on May 20th, that also yet to be determined, in the women's strawweight division, Mackenzie Dern against Angela Hill. On June 3rd, in the flyweight division, Kai Kara France against Amir Albazi. That was tentatively scheduled. That came out this week. And also on that card, women's bantamweight top 15 matchup between Miesha Tate and Mayra Bueno Silva. So, seeing speculation on UFC 290 coming up July 8th in Las Vegas for International Fight Week. And likely going to see John Jones defend the heavyweight championship against the former champion, number 2 contender Stipe Miocic. And the co-main event in that for the featherweight title, the champion Alexander Volkanovski against the interim champion Yair Rodriguez. So International Fight Week, usually a huge card, and that would be the biggest one of the year, I suspect. Also, some other things we saw this week, and I do collect Tom Aspinall, and so usually everything on the show is available. It really is. Even the Tom Aspinalls are available, even though I collect them. But looking like Tom's going to return this summer, and probably going to be facing the number 10 contender in the heavyweight division, Marcin Tybura. Aspinall now ranked number 5, so looking forward to seeing Tom get back in there. And, as we go along and we get kind of slower on products, I'll kind of show you the Tom Aspinall cards that I do have. And one other event of note that did announce that UFC 294 will be October 22nd in Abu Dhabi, and kind of saw some rumors today that Khamzat Chimaev will be involved in that. So something to look forward to as we go along, and we'll keep an eye on the schedule, and we'll recap Fight Night next week on the show. So now is the time on the show where we get away from the fights and we start talking about cards. And I want to talk about the 2023 Prizm coming out pretty soon. Before we get into this box of 2022, 2023 will be coming out April 28th is the tentative date. Usually those get pushed back a little bit. Hopefully they don't this year. Looking about $300 for a hobby box, 12 cards per pack, 12 packs, 2 autographs, 22 parallels, and 12 inserts. And they also have an undercard edition coming out, a new box, a new product from Panini, and those will be available on May 10th for about $200 a piece, 9 cards per pack, 10 packs, 1 autograph. So a retail product that does include an autograph, 18 inserts of parallels, and 1 base variation. Now here's one of the segments that we do a little bit different here on the show, where I get into the hobby top 5 before we start opening cards. And I want to talk about the 5 fighters that everyone is collecting, everyone's after, the 5 hottest in the hobby right now. 1 through 4 have been pretty steady for the first few weeks, and just want to lay it out there that if Rafael Fiziev had won last night, he would have been in here, but he didn't. So that's going to keep him out. And I made way for someone to come in at number 5, and he is not a current fighter. He is a legend, and it's Khabib Nurmagomedov. And because Khabib is still, a hobby favorite, and he's in all the products, and that kind of pushes up his value because he's in everything. He's got every variation, got autographs all over the place. And so Khabib pushes into the top 5 once again this week. He was out, now he's back in. And our top 4 has been pretty steady. So number 4, Islam Makhachev. Number 3 is Sugar Sean O'Malley. Number 2, Hamzat Chimaev. And number 1 is Shavkat Rakhmonov. So that's the hobby top 5, and we'll see if anything changes after fight night next week. Don't know if there's anything on that schedule that would make a difference, but you never know. We'll see what comes out. I know that it will probably change a lot when that 2023 Prizm comes out. So the other thing we do on this show, and really trying to build up this podcast to be a really great community for card collectors, and do want to tell you about the giveaways that we have coming up. So let me move this box real quick just for the moment, and let me tell you about the giveaways that we have. We're going to give away cards. I don't know when yet. We just want to get those numbers up, get those subscriber numbers up. So if you have friends that are interested, let them know where we are and to subscribe, because our giveaways are for our subscribers. It's our way of thanking them and giving back. So we're going to give away 6 lots, and each has a numbered card, and there's going to be at least 10 cards in each of these. So here is the John Jones lot. It is huge. It is 19 cards. Some of them are duplicates, but a lot of inserts, and there's the numbered card on top, the Phoenix from Chronicles, and you see a lot of these Chronicle cards. Get into a little bit of the optic there in the back, but heavyweight champion, greatest of all time, John Jones, 19 cards and counting. May be able to add something to it over the next couple of weeks. Last night in action, Justin Gaethje. So it's 10 cards right now. There's the numbered one on top, the season ticket, the optic contenders, Justin Gaethje lot. Robert Whittaker. You got a Phoenix there of Robert Whittaker as well. You can see those. Like I said, we're going to give these away. Really happy to do that. Just really want everybody to spread the word and let everybody know. Jan Blachowicz, got a lot here. That black is numbered to 99 on top. Little Prizm from last year thrown in there. Then also on the women's side, a new addition. We had 5 now. I made it 6. We're going to Miesha Tate. Nice looking Origins card there. It's numbered to 199. So there's the Miesha Tate lot. And last but not least, former bantamweight champion. Fight coming up next weekend, Holly Holm. That's one, also a pretty big one. This and the John Jones are the biggest one. And that one on top from Chronicles, the Elite, numbered to 99. So that Holly Holm lot, we'll go through those real quick. So we'll be giving all 6 of these away at some point. So the more our numbers get up, then the quicker we can give these away, and I'm looking forward to that. So let's get these out of the way and let's get on to the 2022 Panini Prizm. I do actually have one more thing to go through before that, but it'll be worth it. So we do want to show you our hits from Immaculate from 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to start with, we're going to save the best for last here. So here are our hits from the 2 boxes of Immaculate that we have. And so Tai Tuivasa memorabilia, number to 99. Atisha Torres memorabilia. Francis Ngannou jumbo memorabilia, number to 99. Matt Brown all-time greats auto, number to 99. Joanna Jędrzejczyk autograph memorabilia, number to 99. Zhang Wei Li moments, number to 99 on-card auto. Derek Lewis memorabilia on-card auto, number to 999. Here are the big ones. Mark Coleman all-time greats gold, number 4 of 10. And the biggest hit that I've had so far in any product is Henry Cejudo, 3 out of 4. The jumbo memorabilia, the walkout pants, 3 of 4. Henry Cejudo. Everything's available here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast. Got 2 more to go through. So there's my Tom Aspinall from Immaculate, number to 99. And there is the Yuri Prochazka red, 20 of 25. So that's all of our Immaculate product that we had. And again, my email address is russ@orange-fire.com. Twitter handle is @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. You can find me on Facebook. My personal one, Russ Renault, RENEAU, or Orange Fire Media. You can find us on all those platforms or just message me directly. You can enter a message in the chat. Everything on here is available for an offer, trade. Just best what you got. Just let me know. So coming up the next couple of weeks, next week we'll be opening this box here of UFC Topps Hobby from 2020. And the week after that, 2 weeks from now, we'll be opening this 2015 box of Topps Chronicle Hobby. So that's coming up the next 2 weeks. So here we go. We are going to get into the Prizm. Let me put the gloves on, get the top loaders and the penny sleeves ready. Thanks for hanging in on the first part of the show. When you have a UFC show, you kind of got to talk about the fights a little bit, even though you want to get into these cards pretty quickly. So thanks for hanging out with us and hanging in there. All right, here we go. Let's bust into this box. It's actually the first box of Prizm, hobby box of Prizm that I've opened this year. Opened every other product, beginning with Don Russ. I opened multiple boxes of everything else. The Select, Chronicles, Optic, Immaculate. Had at least 2 boxes and built some pretty good fighter lots that we'll get into at some point. Take a look at those sometime later. Gotta take as much time as we can to look at these today, though. So looking for 2 autos and a bunch of parallels out of this Prizm product. So here we go with pack number 1. And I also make this podcast available in the audio-only version. So if you do listen and you hear of anything you like, just go back and watch and let me know what you're interested in. You can message me anytime. So here we go with the first pack. And there's a Glover Teixeira, Muslim Salikov, Arnold Allen, Jeff Molina, Dominic Reyes, and there we go, Claudia Gadelha. We'll put that one aside. We'll get these sleeved up. Jalen Turner, silver rookie card. So that one's a nice hit there. Yoadia Jaychuk. Yair Rosenstrike. Dominic Cruz. Dan Hooker. Bilal Muhammad. And back there to Glover. So let's get these taken care of. Jalen Turner, silver Prizm right out of the box. Now some folks collect Jalen. Tarantula. It's in action last week. So again, you can reach me, russ@orangefire.com. Feel free to use that chat window and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'll mention it here on the show. A lot of time for me to fill just talking to myself. So tell me who you collect, who you want to see me pull out of this box today. All right, here we go. Pack number 2 out of 12. Here we go. Edson Barboza. Patty Pimblett. There we go. Let's get Patty. I know it's just a base, but still almost breaking into that hobby top 5 this week. Just can't do it after that last controversial decision. A lot of people love Patty. I don't have a problem with Patty. It's just, I think that last fight is keeping him out of the top 5 for another week or so. We'll see. We'll see what happens when the new product comes out. So Patty, Marina Rodriguez. There's a John Jones we can add, and that'll make it an even 20 for that giveaway. We're going to give away that John Jones. Vivian Araujo. Uriah Faber Prizm. Zhangwei Li silver Prizm. Alexander Volkanovski is a gold. And that is 9 of 10. Big one there. Huge. So the Volk is the leader in the clubhouse there. Zhangwei Li in there, silver Prizm. Can't beat a silver, of a champion. Legends aren't too bad either with Uriah Faber. Hall of Famer there. We're not done. Got half the pack left. And we'll go through and we'll look at these all again when we get done, just for everybody tuning in later. But there's a Suma Derji rookie. DC, Daniel Cormier. Tatiana Suarez, saw her in action recently. Coming back from that 3.5-year layoff and getting a victory. And there's Yuri Prochazka, former light heavyweight champion. And back to the beginning with Edson Barboza. So here's pack number 3. Pack number 2 is going to be hard to beat with Volk. So here we go. Alexander Gustafsson. Cynthia Calvillo. Bea Malecki rookie. Kennedy Nzechukwu. Manon Fiorot. The red Prizm. Numbered 51 out of 299, so a good rookie card there from Manon Ferron. Not bad so far. What kind of autographs we pull out here? There he is, Rafael Fiziev. Saw him last night. The Flash Prizm. Good looking card, not numbered though. So then, we've got another insert coming up. Former lightweight champion, Charles Oliveira. The bonus machines, Nina Nunes. Volkan Ozdemir. Cub Swanson. Marav Dvalishvili. Saw him get a win last week. Kaikar France. We're back to the beginning with Alexander Gustafsson. Third of the way through is Amanda Nunes, Israel Adesanya. There we go. Shavkat Rakhmonov, number 1 on our hobby top 5. Just a base, but rookie card of the hottest fighter in the UFC right now as far as the hobby goes. 17-0 as a professional, 17 finishes. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Like to see some color on that one if we can pull one later on. There we go. Brad Riddell. Hamzat Chimaev, number 2. We go Robbie Lawler. Getting into the Legends category there. Thank you for the comment, Felipe Ramirez, in the chat. So Robbie Lawler, red. Then we got a Petr Yan, silver Prizm. Just let me know if you see anything you like. Obviously, the Alexander Volkanovski's something to like. If you're just joining us, pull the gold. Numbered of 10 in our second pack out of the box. Here we go. Joanna and J. Chuck, Fearless. So insert of the former champion. We've got a run of rookies here on this pack. That's the interesting thing about the Prizm is they put all the inserts in the middle. A lot of them have them at the back, and then you have to wait. So Billy Q, Billy Quarantillo, Kevin Holland, Tucker Lutz rookie, and Rafael Sunsao. Saw him defeated last week. So here we go with what we got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're on pack number 5. You see Kevin Fernandez in the UFC Sports Cards group. He is a great breaker. If you're looking for breaks, please visit UFC Sports Cards. And Kevin's the best at this. I am not a breaker, and so he just tears through them. Does it, 2 or 3 times a week. Julian Marquez, rookie. Gregor Gillespie. It's a great group to be part of. So you can find that on Facebook, UFC Sports Cards. It's Corey Sandhagen, Augusto Sakai. Oh, we got a winner from last night, Joanne Wood. A blue Prizm, numbered to 199, low number 7. So JoJo getting a victory last night over Luana Carolina. Split decision, but I thought that Joanne Wood did enough to take care of that on the scorecards, but one of the judges didn't see it that way. but getting the win in front of in what was pretty much a hometown crowd for her. Here we go. Yair Rosenstrike autograph. No number on that one. Base auto. So there's one autograph out of here. It's the second Rosenstrike autograph I've pulled this year. The other one was on a memorabilia card. I believe that came out of the Donruss product, that we should see that this summer. So any Rosenstrike fans, if you need an auto, there's one. GSP, George St. Pierre Fireworks. Rose Namajunas. Chris Dawkins rookie card. Alonzo Minifield rookie card. A run of 4 straight rookies here. Ilya Topuria. Just outside of our hobby top 5 as well. Topuria having a great run here as of late, really making his mark in the UFC. Sean Strickland, Julian Marquez, rookie. And then we're back to the beginning, Gregor Gillespie. It's almost halfway home here. Pack number 6 out of 12. No. The microphone picks up the crackle of those packs, but for a lot of it, that's a good sound, not a bad one. So I apologize for the audio only listeners out there. We got Rob Font, former champion Carlos Esparza, Stipe Miocic, Penny Kianzad rookie, Loma Lugbunmi rookie, a hot rookie. You know, having a few weeks ago had a great fight. There's a Sergey Spivak Prizm rookie, another rookie coming up, and a silver Prizm. I'll get these taken care of first, though. So Movsar Evloev, silver Prizm. Go through the rest of the pack. Charles Oliveira bonus machines. Cody Stamon. There's a Robert Whitaker we'll add to our lot of Robert Whitaker cards that we'll be giving away at some point to our subscribers. Charles Oliveira base and Alexander Volkanovski base. So I've had a John Jones and a Robert Whitaker that we'll add to those fighter lots. We'll be giving away 6 fighter lots. You have to be a subscriber. So subscribe and we'll start giving away cards. So we are halfway done so far. To recap, pulled the Alexander Volkanovski gold numbered to 10, and we pulled the Yair Rosenstrike base autograph. There's a Holly Holm that we'll add to the Holly Holm lot we're giving away. Another George St. Pierre, Claudia Gadelia, Uriah Faber, Davison Figueiredo, Marina Rodriguez blue Prizm. That is numbered to 199. And somebody's going to be really lucky. Justin Gaethje silver Prizm that we'll add to the Justin Gaethje lot. Again, coming off a huge win last night over Rafael Fiziev, putting himself right back in the title picture. Maybe see Justin Gaethje, just kind of looking at some of the talk today that maybe he and Dustin Poirier will run it back. So you can make it run at that lightweight title. So let's go through the rest of the pack. Charles Oliveira Fireworks. Brock Lesnar. Alex Caceres. Had somebody message me earlier. That's not the 1-of-1 you're looking for. So sorry about that, but there's an Alex Caceres. Vicente Luque. Corey McKenna rookie. And back to the beginning with the Holly Holm that we will put in the lot giveaway. I think we're at 20 John Jones cards we're giving away, and Holly Holm's getting there too. Probably at least 15 Holly Holm. All of those, at least 10 cards. Each one of the lots includes a numbered card. So we'll be giving those away. So the more subscribers we get, the closer we'll get to giving those away. So here's another Rob Font, Carla Esparza, Stipe Miocic, Panny Kianzad. It looks like we've seen this pack before. Uriah Hall, purple Prizm. Number 2, no, that's a bookend. 149 out of 149 for anybody who collects Uriah Hall and wants a bookend. Like I said, these cards are available because this isn't a break. Everything will be out there for you. Just send me an email, russ@orange-fire.com. Send me a message on Twitter @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. Either one of those Twitter accounts, you can find me. There we go, Yuri Prochazka. Flash Prizm there. No number on that one, but they are, like I said, they do look great. And Felipe, appreciate the comments. Saying that was a great fight. Was talking about Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. Fight of the night last night. You never know what we'll give away. You know, I added the Misha Tate lot to it this week. There we go. Israel Adesanya. Ferry Zayem. Cyril Gahn. Mateus Nicolau. Lauren Murphy. Gilbert Burns. And back to the beginning with Rob Font. He's got 4 left. Still looking for one more auto. We go Brian Ortega, Alexander Rakic, Yair Rodriguez, Cody Garbrandt. Been a good box for Yair Rosenstrike fans. It's a red, numbered to 299. So we've had our first autograph was Yair Rosenstrike. Got him coming up at a Fight Night event on May 13th. He's going to be on that card with Anthony Smith and Johnny Walker. Those are tentative right now. But Rosenstrike, ranked number 9 in the heavyweight division, slated to take on Jailton Almeida, ranked number 14. So that's shaping up for May 13th. Here we go. Habib Nurmagomedov, Flash Prizm. No number on that one, though. But Habib number 5 on our Hobby Top 5 this week. Don't have to be active to be in there. Just have to be collectible. There we go. Brandon Moreno, Fearless. That'll be making its way to my guy, Manuel Robles. Been a supporter of the show from the beginning. So we'll put that away for E. Go through the rest of this pack. Max Holloway, Juliana Pena, Steven Peterson rookie card, Sean Brady, and a Misha Tate that we'll add to the Misha Tate lot that we just added this week. Like I said, start off with 5. John Jones, Holly Holm, Jan Blachowicz, Robert Whitaker, Justin Gagey. And this week I just decided, hey, let's add Misha Tate. Let's up the ante. Let's see how many subscribers we can get. So if you like this show, and even if you don't, we'll keep improving it. We'll keep opening products every week. Got the 23 Prizm coming out soon. We hope to open as much as that we can. And anything that we make off this show is going to be put back into buying 2023 Prizm. And so if you support the show, you can support the show by telling your friends and subscribing. That's the best way. But buying the products also helps because, like I said, for right now, I'm going to put all that back into buying Prizm. Alexander Gustafsson, Cynthia Calvillo, Bea Malecki, we've kind of seen these already. Kennedy and Jekwu, Edson Barboza, and look at that, Chase Hooper. Sparkle there. Oh, cheated. I saw the one coming up after it. It's a good one. So, like I said, Kevin Fernandez is way better at this than I am. He can see those things coming. He can hide them. Nice looking Chase Hooper. Any fans out there? Hopefully I haven't spoiled the surprise on this next one, though. I don't know if you've seen it yet. But here we go. You want me to save it for last? I'm going to save it for last. Let's put that on the bottom. So there we go. GSP Fireworks. Phil Hawes, rookie. Marlon Marias. Johnny Walker. Jalen Turner, rookie. And get back to our featured card in this one. Let me pull it back. Then I'm going to show it to you. Because, it's awesome. It's awesome. There we go. Valentina Shevchenko, auto. Champion. Not numbered, though. But she does have the best autograph in the UFC. By far. It's not even close. Look at that. Nobody's as good as that. Beautiful card. We'll see if she gets that belt back. See if they run it back with Alexa Grasso. Took the belt from her a couple weeks ago. But, that's the first Valentina that I've pulled. And to get that autograph, you almost don't want to part with it. I will if somebody wants it, though. Love it. Valentina Shevchenko autograph. 2 packs left. Found our 2 autos already. Pulled a gold Volkanovski. So here we go. Next to last pack. Jessica Andrade, Dustin Poirier, Petr Yan, Alexander Gustafsson, a green Marvin Vettori. Got a win last night. Controversial one at that, but still a win. That win over Roman Dolidze at 3 out of 49. Marvin Vettori. This is the Yair Rosenstrike box. It's a flash Prizm. Got an autograph. Got another Prizm. Maybe we get a red. I think it was a red Prizm. Top 10 heavyweight. Coming up in action on May 13th. So lots of good Yair. And the rest of the pack, Rose Namajunas, Another Daniel Cormier. Another Tatiana Suarez, Yuri Prochazka, Faris Siam, Cyril Gahn, and back to the beginning with Jessica Andrade. One pack left. Not a bad box, I don't think. You know, I've been too disappointed this year, and I don't need to knock on wood. You know, as we get into some of these other products. Let's see what we can pull out of this last pack. Well, another base, another patty. So we'll take care of that one. Got about 4 Patty Pimblett cards or so left. Those went pretty quickly. But I do have some left. They're all base, but still people want them. Marina Rodriguez. There's a John Jones, another one to add to the lot. Vivian Araujo. Look at that. Glover Teixeira. Really nice looking Glover Teixeira right there. That one is numbered 296 out of 299. At some point we'll get to the lot box, and I keep fighter lots. The ones that I haven't sold yet and haven't traded anything yet. We'll look at those at some point when we run out of product. Don't know when that'll be, but there's a Silver Prizm, Shogun Rua. So I have quite a few fighter lots. Got a really good Stipe Miocic with a memorabilia auto. Talk about that in a little bit. We go through the rest of the pack. Joanna Jędrzejczyk Fearless. I think we already have one of those. Zhang Wei Li. It's Casey O'Neill. Took the loss last night, unfortunately. Julia Avila. Is a Grant Dawson. I've got quite a few Grant Dawson rookie cards as well. If somebody collects Grant Dawson, got a ton of those. Li Jianglei. And back to the beginning with Marina Rodriguez. So that is our Prizm rip for tonight. Not too bad. Let's go back through what we pulled out of here. Here's our hits for tonight. Shogun Rua Silver Prizm, Glover Teixeira Red, 296 out of 299. It's Patty Rookie. Big Yair Rosenstrike box, Flash Prizm. Green Marvin Vettori, 3 out of 49. There's the Valentina Shevchenko auto. Chase Hooper. There's a Brandon Moreno for Manuel Robles. Fearless. There's a Habib Flash. There's another Yair Rosenstrike, the red. 192 out of 299. Yuri Prochazka. Uriah Hall. This is the bookend. The purple. 149 out of 149. Justin Gaethje Silver Prizm going into our giveaway. We'll tell you about those again before we get out of here. Marina Rodriguez, Blue Prizm, 183 out of 199. Movsar Evloev, Silver Prizm. Sergey Spivak, Red Prizm rookie card. Not numbered on those. Ilya Topuria rookie. There he is, Yair Rosenstrike, the autograph, no number on that. Joanne Wood, Blue Prizm, to the win last night, number 7 of 199. Joanna Jędrzejczyk Fearless, Piotr Jan Silver Prizm, Robbie Lawler, Red Prizm, no number on those. Shavkat Rakhmonov rookie. Rafael Fiziev. Manon Ferro. 51 out of 299. Uriah Faber. Zhang Li Silver Prizm. We'll save the best for last. Claudia Gadelha. Jalen Turner Silver Prizm Rookie. Patty Pimblett. Got 2 rookies out of there from Patty. And then our big pull of the night. Alexander Volkanovski, Champion Gold, number 9 of 10. So that is the big one for the evening. Got our Bullet Valentina Shevchenko Champion Auto. So here is what we have coming up. Next week we will be opening this box of 2020 Topps Prizm, 2020 Topps. It's a hobby box. Been saying Prizm so much the last couple of weeks. And then a 2015 box of Topps Chronicles. So as you see, 2 autographs and 3 relics in every box. So that'll be fun to rip before we get to the 2023 Prizm. Like I said, everything on here is available. You can email me at russ@orange-fire.com. You can find me on Twitter at FightCardsRuss or at Orange Fire Media. You can also find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, or the Orange Fire Media. So, Felipe, I love the bullet too. It's awesome. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Let's see, what else we got coming up? That is what we have. And so everything that gets sold here is going to go into getting 2023 Prizm. So if you enjoyed this show, tell everybody else that you enjoyed the show and come back, because everything that we do is here for collectors. And, you know, moving forward, it makes it a lot easier on me. I know I don't, you know, the push to kind of keep growing the show. It's just going to help with the more people who subscribe. If that's all you can do to help out, if you can't buy cards, can't trade, just get friends to subscribe, because that's the best way you can help me out, is just telling other people about this show. We're going to keep making it better. The more people who subscribe, the better this show is going to be, and the better products we're going to have, and the better that they're going to get. So I'd love to just open as much of 2023 Prizm as we can, because that was a lot of fun opening in 2022, and here we are at the tail end of that, looking forward to the new products coming out. So I'd love to get as much Prizm as we can. Then we'll get into, you know, as the year goes along, we'll do Donruss, Select, Optic. We'll do all of it, and just want to fill up the year with a new product every week. You know, we're filling in here before the new Prizm comes out. You know, kind of looking forward to getting to some older school stuff. 2020 is not too long ago, but 2015 definitely is, and that should be a ton of fun. So that is our wrap for tonight. Again, looking forward to having everybody back next week as we open up the 2020 Topps and getting into some Topps products for the first time. So once again, really appreciate everybody being here. Next weekend, we'll be on March 26th following the Fight Night event in San Antonio. Marlon Cheeto Vera and Corey Sandhagen in that bantamweight main event from San Antonio. So we'll recap that, and we'll open up the 2020 Topps. Once again, everybody, this is the UFC Fight Cards Podcast. I'm Russ Renault, and we will see you next week right back here on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central, every Sunday right here on YouTube. And you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and I'll download the audio version right after this, and you can catch us there. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night, and have a great rest of your week.